Right, and we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on SuperSport for Steve's weekly House of Pain as the Lions take on Leinster in what could be a very long game for the men from Johannesburg. But hopefully, we see an inspired performance where they can try and give themselves a good showing. But sorry about apologies for being a bit late. Obviously, it gets a little bit hectic when you're trying to get various streams going and stuff like that, and it all can become a bit complicated. But we are live, and it was a decent take from Leinster first up. It'll be a first Lions line-out. Jakob Saki's back in the lineup, and yet the Lions line-out issues are so shit. They are so shit. They've got away with that one because of the knock-on from Leinster. But if there's one thing that this union just cannot do, it's take a line-out. It's actually unbelievable how bad Lions are when it comes to the line-out. Anyway, early days. So I'll go through the teams in a moment, but it's still a very impressive Leinster side against a Lions side which gets younger and younger every single week. 19-year-old Ruan Venter getting his first start today. Leinster 60 odd kgs heavier than the Lions. Tells you the bigger story. However, having said that, there is a tank, a fridge in the Lions scrum in the form of Carly Sardi, and if the Lions are going to do anything this evening, he's going to have to anchor that scrum very, very well. And it's a good start initially. Oh, look at it coming through! Penalty advantage. I told you. There's one thing this union does. It's one thing it does. We scrum. If Carly Sardi goes to the Lions, leaves the Lions, I'm supporting whoever he supports because we don't deserve him. There we go. How are we feeling? It's me again, says Stephen. We wish you a great day after some long suffering. Matthew Dixon's going score prediction. Leinster 60, Lions 10. It's me again, so I've got Leinster by 16. Honey Now's going Leinster by 32. Vic's going, I've got Lions by 8. And Dean Adams going Lions over 12.5 points. Well, first contribution there from the scrum is a penalty. And we're going to take the 3 points here. Jordan Hendricks is starting, as is Monde van den Berg. So there's one thing I will say is that it's an exciting team because it's full of players that I want to watch play rugby. If we look at the two sides, we'll start with Leinster, shall we? Whilst Jordan Hendricks hopefully nails his kick. It's Ed Byrne, James Tracy, and Michael Alalotoa, who have just been dominated in the front row. Then Devon Toner, Joe McCarthy behind them, Josh Murphy, Dan Levy, and Rhys Ruddock on his 200th appearance. Jordan Hendricks has sliced it towards the right. That's why I said we should have gone for the corner and been a bit braver. And that's a nice take under the high ball there. First take for Kieran Horn. He's an exciting player. Tyron Green 2.0. Here he is into the attack. The under 20 player there. But nice first contribution for him. Very nice take under the high ball. Now Ruan Venter, the 19-year-old. This is getting a little bit ridiculous. We're going from the 20-year-old to the 90-year-old. Rhys Ruddock's got his arms all over that, but never released. So another penalty for the Lions. This is more kickable, however. So we should hopefully either see 3 points, or do we want to be brave and go for the corner? No, we're going to take the 3 points. Rhys Ruddock, what a player he has been for Leinster. For years and years and years. Dick McCarthy, Ross Byrne is the halfback combination. Dave Kearney, Harry Byrne, Jamie Osborne, Tommy O'Brien, Max O'Reilly complete the Leinster setup. And then on the bench, Sean Cronin, Peter Dooley, Tom Clarkson, Jack Dunn, Max Deegan, Luke McGrath, Adam Byrne, and Scott Penny. For the men from Joburg, Steve Stolle, Jakob Asaki, and Carly Sardi. Carly, for me, has been sensational for the Lions and has to be on that box squad. Brink because the scrummaging is just too good. You've got PJ Steerkamp, Ruan Skuman, Jakob Kriel, Ruan Venter, the exciting 19-year-old, Frankie Horn, just 21 years of age, Monde van den Berg, partners Jordan Hendricks, the 20-year-old, Edward van der Merwe, Burger Odendaal, one to see the Similani, and Hendricks has missed that as well. Stian Pienaar and Kieran Horn. Off the bench from the Lions, it is PJ Buerta, it is definitely not Thomas Lazana, it is Morgan Nordia, Ruandrea Lunga Ngube, Sibisiso Sangweni, the under-20 star Nico Stain, Manuel Russ, and Tian Swanepoel. An incredibly young Lions side who have pretty much been thrown to the wolves here. But you know what? At the end of the day, might as well have a go, shall we? That's what I'm saying. I don't actually care about the result. I want to see players put their hands up and saying, we actually don't care that we're playing the best team in the competition. We're here to play our rugby. There's a good take underneath the high ball there from Edel van der Merwe. Burger Oerdendaal's wrapped up. A lot of the Lions players wearing skins tonight, showing you that it's quite cold and they're not a fan. First carry of the day for Ruben Skuman. Gets past the halfway line. Monde van den Berg goes to Similani. Puts in the kick in behind. Kieran Horn chasing hard. Bird under a bit of pressure there. Goes straight down the throat of Jordan Hendricks, who goes to Similani. He's got a nice step on him, getting away from one, brought down by another. Good continuity here from the Lions, and this is what I like about Monde van den Berg. I just feel that the Lions can start putting in more phase players. Edel van der Merwe makes a bit of a break on the right shoulder of Monde van den Berg. So it's good continuity here. PJ Steenkamp is wrapped up. It's a big tackle on him. Ball still available here from the Lions. Monde van den Berg going to Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson, not the greatest pass in Similani. It's a bit of a high tackle. Had his arms around his head, his back of his head there, but no penalty advantage from the referee there. Carly Sardi with the carry now. Not really finding too much space here, so Jordan Henderson will go to the boot. Edel van der Merwe is chasing hard. It's right up against the touchline, and it's gone out on the full. So, yeah, the breeze there just carrying to touch. So it will be a line out for Leinster inside Lions territory. Not a good start for Jordan Hendrickson. He's missed two. One was quite a difficult kick, but he's missed a pretty straightforward three-pointer. And now he's just kicked the ball. I mean, it's just gone into touch, so it's a bit unfortunate. But the net result is a Leinster line-out. They've got over the top. It's a pre-planned move. It's looking good for the pre-planned move as well. They're running their hands here. They've got so much space. Leinster will be over. Kieran Horn can't stop him, man. It's in the corner there. And so it fucking begins, isn't it? Dave Kearney's the man that goes over. And it's just a different class. It's a preset move. They've just rinsed through the Lions' defense. Created the overlap, ran the hands, drew in the defender. Kieran Horn couldn't do anything. I'd love to know where Stian Pino actually was in this move. And the Leinster go over very early on. And this could be, as I said, I think it's going to be a long night for the Lions. It's such a good preset move here. Taking so many defenders out. Jordan Henderson's desperately trying to get apart. But Stian Pino comes off his line, in fact, creates the three-man overlap. I mean, it's Kieran Horn's got two defenders to try and defend. And he just can't get across there in that time. Lions back by Leinster lads by 16. To think Ruan Fenter was playing 13 rugby last year. I mean, it's been a meteoric rise, but as the Lions, and this is why I'm so over them, how can you be going into this competition and you've got your core, I mean, the players that you have to rely on are 20 years old, 19 years old, 21 years old, 22 years old. You can't. And we're doing these players a disservice. However, we might as well watch them. We might as well enjoy what they've got to offer. Ross Byrne with his first kick of the match. And as I said, all I want to see tonight are some spirited performances. I want to see players who are willing to have a go, willing to try hard, willing to fight for the jersey. But it is going to be a long night for them. And it's a good-looking kick there from Byrne. So 7 points to 0 after 8 minutes. Right, Jordan Henderson with the restart. And it bounces, so Stian Pino is putting under a bit of pressure there. Not the best restart take there from Leinster. The Lions doing well to keep Leinster quite deep inside their 22.
Into the summer, so Bristol just learning along the way now.
Hey, shut up. And I suddenly got Bristol coming through the other side there. So Leinster have got possession, still inside their own half, so it's not bad defence here from the Lions. I mean, if you want to know about where the Lions have been, Ruben Skuman, who I have my reservations by as our leading try scorer. I mean, we've got a lock as our leading try scorer. We've got some of the best wings in the competition, so in the South African perspective anyway, and our lock's our best number one try scorer. It just tells the story, doesn't it? But anyway, now let's look a bit more dangerous. They run the hands here. A couple of breaks there. It's a very nice take on the run. Well, I think it was Jamie Osborne. Now McCarthy sees a bit of space, but he himself has kicked into touch, I think. Yeah, so a lot of wind in the stadium at the moment. So somebody like Jordan Henderson will enjoy seeing that because it means that it's not just him who's making mistakes. Bianca Paula says, gloves off, let the Lions learn from this thrashing. Time and attention says the Lions must get a Patrice or Rupert or both. Well, they're involved up with the Bulls, so maybe we can get Oppenheimer or something. Well, we've won the line out there, and we've gone short, and the camera is about as far away from the stadium as I currently am. Morning van den Berg going on a snipe, getting the ball away from Ruan Fenter. Right, this will run, pick up and go from Steve Sartori. Where's support? Where's support? It comes in the form of PJ Steencup. And I'll get it down, Steve. That's a nice carry. This is better, so I like to see Morning van den Berg to Jordan Hendrickson. Do you want to see the Similani inside? Oh, the ball comes loose, though. Turnover ball. Morning van den Berg gets over, tries to hit on the ground. And once again, turnover ball. This time, Lions coming away with it. Jordan Hendrickson filling it scrum off. Ruan Fenter. That's another carry from the youngster. In place of Vincent Tuka, the two Tuka brothers couldn't travel. Box kick coming there. Stian Pinos chasing hard and hits McCarthy hard, who then throws the ball. Was that not forward? Almost looked forward. And a penalty right in front. Hey, well, it's Ruben Schoolman, our leading try scorer, who wins the penalty bang in front of the poles. And it's Max O'Reilly who's been penalised for holding on. Frankie Horn there with the nice rip there to turn the ball over. Good time tackle there from Stian Pino on Max O'Reilly. I'm sorry, it was on Nick McCarthy. That pass almost looked like it was going to go forward. And then Max O'Reilly had to dive on the ground, and Ruben Schoolman was right there to say, thank you very much. I'll get my hands on that. And Jordan Henderson will hopefully 3 times the charm. This is pretty much bang in front, so a much easier opportunity for him. Come on, Jordan, let's slot this and get some points on the board, shall we? Yep, right in front, straight over. And the Lions are on the board. 7 points to 3. Hey, hey, hey. Vic says Lions must play with a lot of up and unders and box kicks to force knock-ons and use their scrums. Huntley says it will also if the Lions cause a shocker. Yeah, I think we're going to be on the end of a shocker. But first impressions, I quite like the look of Ruan Fenter. He's been very busy so far tonight. Very exciting young player, just 19 years old. Yes, Ed van der Merwe is playing as well. Go to the right-hand side, and it's, I think, Franco Horn who's underneath that. We're quite far away. It's a scrum cap, so it's either Franco Horn or it is Ruan Fenter. Yeah, it looks like Franco Horn because he's got the plain red scrum cap. Morning van den Berg going to Jordan Henderson in the pocket. He's got a big boot. It's quite a low kick. It actually looks like quite a decent clearance from Jordan. Yeah, fine touch just ahead of the halfway line. Leinster all the way back there. But there was a penalty, a knock-on advantage. We'll go back for the scrum, and I'm quite happy with the scrum. Right, so scrum here for the line, well, for Leinster, but yeah, the only thing that I think the Lions can do well at the moment. So let's see if they can. Let's see if they can really sort of hold their own. Decent scrum there. Leinster comes in with a bit of a shove, so it's going to be a reset scrum. A reset scrum here. Come on, the lads. Come on, the lads. Come on, the lads. Ooh, penalty against the Lions. They're not happy about it. Looked like another big scrum there from the Lions, though. Yakukuil's asking you words, but this is what I'm saying. It's the only thing that they can do. So, positive moments. A couple of positives there to really sort of hang on to, because it could be a very long game. A nice kick there from Osborne, putting Leinster in a good position. Unfortunately, this is the sort of area where they are very dangerous. Good line out there. There we go. They've got President McCarthy. He's got Burn on the inside. Well wrapped up by Yakukuil. Much better read this time by the Lions. Reese Ruddock now. Early up there was Jakob Asaki to make the tackle. Discipline needed yet from the Lions. They've gone up quickly, and it happens all the time. It happens all the time. Well, thankfully, it made a bit of a hash of that, and I think the Lions should win a penalty for holding on. Surely. Turnover ball there. I mean, it looked for all the money like Leinster were going to go in, and I don't know if it's a defensive system thing, but we always see somebody coming off the line. And it just creates so much space on the outside. I want to see Similani this time up quickly, and Stian Pino up quickly. And all of a sudden, you've got poor Q and Horn, who actually lost his footing, managed to make the tackle. And unfortunately, I mean, the ball just going a bit forward there. So Dave Kearney taking the ball on the run. So it will be a Lions liner after they managed to then bundle him to touch. They wanted the penalty for holding on. Ruan Fenter is the target man. Trying to get a rolling more there. Frankie Horn comes away with it. He's fallen particularly badly, but there is ball is available. PJ Steenkamp takes it in. They're putting a lot of pressure under the ruck, but there is clean ball for Jordan Henderson. He's got a bit of time. Needs a big clearance kick. It won't find touch. In fact, oh no. Oh, that's a knock on, surely. Yeah, that's a mistake. That's a mistake from Dave Kearney, who dropped it and then knocked it on. So that's a nice exit from the Lions. Just holding on, aren't they? We're holding on for dear life. Territory so far, Lions 69, Leinster 31. So the Lions are playing in the right positions, but haven't gotten any reward, well, too much reward so far. But they're hanging in there. Long may we hang in. Andy says Leicester's not an easy team to play against, but the Lions defence is holding on. John DeLocke says with Pollard having a long-term injury, would it be a wild call for Jordan Henderson to get a ball call up to the box? Vic says Bosch will be called up to the box before Jordan. Bosch is more reliable boot and he's finally tackling now. I don't know. I think that Bosch has got a while before he's going to be in that conversation. Who starts at 10 for the box? Willemse, Bosch, or Hendrickse? At the moment, Mornay's retired, so he's not. I don't know actually. I don't know who you're going to go with Pollard, because also Yankees is also currently injured, so you don't currently have a fit Springbok fly half. And I wouldn't say too many of the players of the stars in and around the country are really putting their hands up and saying, pick me, pick me. Jordan Henderson is only just coming back from a long-term injury, was looking very good last year. But can he regather that form? I think Buddha Chamberlain's been very inconsistent. Curran Bosch is finally back in the setup. Monty Leibach's blowing a bit hot and cold. And I still don't think Damian Williams is a fly half. I tell you he's playing quite well at the moment is Sia Masuku at the Cheetahs for a couple of Curry Cup games. Is there a test down at SA player apart from the Yankees? At fly half, nobody has tested. Nobody for me who's really putting their hands up. It is the problem. You know, people talk about Kate Volta, but we've barely seen him. Right, come on, scrum, big scrum. There we go, Carlu. There we go, Carlu. There, look at that scrum. There's 60 kgs difference, and yet they're still demolishing them. Moya van den Berg just knocking the ball on at scrum to try to take that up. But, I mean, how good is that? How good is that? 60 kgs difference. And yet it all comes down to technique. Look at the straight back from Carly Sardi, and the pressure just comes in, and he is absolutely wrecking Ed Byrne at the moment. This is what I'm saying. Somebody criticized me the other day just for saying that Carly Sardi should be at the box squad. But if you want a tight head who can scrum, how are you looking at anybody further than him to add to the squad? What a touch finder from Jordan Hendrickson. He has put the Lions from the halfway line to the 5 meter. Now, big if, because we have to find the line out first. We don't tend to win line outs. But if we can win this line out, hey, we're right on the doorstep here. Imagine you score a try. Imagine being able to say we were leading against Leinster after 20 odd minutes. I don't think it's going to happen, but imagine. Well, they're taking the line out, first step, and they've shifted the point of contact. I think that was actually the wrong decision. I think that they've isolated Ruan Venter with that. Yeah, he's been bundled into touch. Chaps, why complicate things? I don't understand that. You know, we get there, it's a brilliant kick from Jordan Hendrickson, and then we try and shift the point of contact. Take the ball down, because they read it like a book. It was far too telegraphed, and there was no support. There was no support for him. He was always going to get bundled into touch. He was by himself. So all of a sudden, it'll be a Leinster line out. Ruan Venter's going to try and disrupt it, though. Was uncontested from Leinster. Rhys Rudder puts his head down. Runs to Jakob Asaki and PJ Steenkamp. Ruan Schoeman goes diving in, trying to get his hands on the ball. But it's clean ball. And Byrne will hook it up with his left boot. Goes pretty central. Right. Stian Pino just lets it hit him, and now he's not going to kick, I don't think. So he's going to run himself. Where's he going to go? Finds a couple of... Oh, he's still going. Oh, drive there, Stian. Up to the 10-meter line. Monde van den Berg to Jordan Hendrickson. Jordan Hendrickson to Edel van der Merwe, who slips. Not a good place to slip. Manages to get back to his feet, which allows a few Lions players to come back and help at the breakdown. Ruben Schoeman putting his head down. Monde van den Berg to Burger Oendal, first receiver. Pretty flat to PJ Steenkamp. Big tackle on him. Not managed to find too much go forward ball here, the Lions. Jakob Asaki, that's a horrible forward pass from him. No, apparently not. And Kieran Horn managed to get the ball. He stay in. Oh, he does manage to stay in. Oh, come on, ref. Apparently bundled to touch there was Kieran Horn, but not bad from Lions. Not much go forward ball. Needs a bit more structure if we are going to try and find some gain line advantage, because at the moment we're just running into... I think Lions should be a bit more patient. You know, I mean, they're all for them trying to up the pace, because that's what they can do quite well. But needs to pick up the right option. It's a horrible pass off the back of the line out, and Byrne's got no option but to just kick it a little bit aimlessly in behind. Kieran Horn and Stian Pino are the men back. Kieran Horn's got a left boot, and he will use it. Finds touch. That's a great touch finder from Kieran Horn. He's put the Lions, well, Leinster back inside their own half. I'm 20 years old, and hey, doesn't look... I tell you what, I would back Kieran Horn for the rest of the season. Ever for Ewan's too slow to play fullback. He really is. Tian Swanepoel I like, but Kieran Horn's the future. As I said, Tyron Green type of player. He's 20 years old, but plays with so much heart. It's a big carry from Rhys Ruddock, but a nice big tackle from Burger Oendal. A couple of men on the outside. Yeah, Lines need to shift. Kearney comes inside, straightens, and then runs into Jordan Hendrickson and PJ Steenkamp, who are desperately trying to hold him up. Hello, Toes, first good carry of the day. Jakob Kriel trying to cause a bit of a menace himself. Byrne running the hands there. Leinster still inside their own half. Pretty good defense so far. Not too many gaps opening up. This is good from the Lions. Leinster just sort of sniping as Harry Byrne tries to identify a bit of space. Still on the halfway line here, Leinster. And a penalty! Hey! Monde van den Berg's taking it quickly. He needs to support you, lads. He's found a lot of space, and then throws a horrible pass to Edel van der Merwe. But still staying inside. Kick and chase now himself and Burger Oendal. Good tackle from Burger Oendal there, but they've given Leinster back. I mean, I think Monde van den Berg, I like the intent, but let's not pick it and go here. We need as many chances as we can, because suddenly there's a big overlap here. Tommy O'Brien's kicked ahead, and if this ball bounces favourably, should worry, it'll go back to Jordan Hendrickson. Jordan Hendrickson, you are isolated, you're by yourself. What in the God's name are you doing? Well, the Lions eventually managed to keep that. Cheap as me. That was a horrible decision to make by Jordan Henderson, but thankfully Spport came back in time. Now Lions deep inside that 22. Ruan Fenter carries it up. They need to get Jordan Henderson out from the bottom, but they do win a penalty for not rolling away, so it will be a bit of a freebie to kick out. But it was a really good run from Monde van den Berg. The last pass just not going to hand. He's almost surprised by how much space he had when he took the ball quickly, but Jordan Henderson really made the wrong decision to go himself. He managed to put the ball down on the floor and stand up and just buy himself a bit of time, but not a good decision from him at all. And I think when it comes to penalties, just slow it down. Kick to the corner, go to your set piece. You know, you're not going to be able to... I'll be very surprised if we can run a Leinster side off their feet. But so far, 4 points in it. The Lions, I wouldn't have said played particularly badly. The defense is looking a little bit better when it's open play. When it comes to set piece and it's just the back line, there it looks a little bit sketchy. It's a strong Leinster team. Well, look, I mean, they've got it basically an entire side away with Ireland, but Leinster have got so much depth that it is still a very, very strong Leinster side. Far stronger than the Lions side is on paper. Yankee says, keep it simple, Cubs. Super proud of my Lions, Cubs. Come on, Lions, says Jean. Do you look? Hey, a couple of supporters in the stand. I think I've got a mate that's there, actually. Huntley says, the Lions need to calm down. Yeah, I think just take things a little bit slower here. Reese Roddick, I think, is going to go off for an HIA. So Leinster down a captain at the moment. The fact that he's running off means I'm assuming it's an HIA. So on in his stead is number 20, Max Deegan. Jordan Hendricks with a decent clearance there, finding touch by the halfway line. Right, Jacko. Do the business here. Do the business here. Find your jumper. Let's get some go forward ball here. That's a horrible looking. Oh no, it's back to the Duck Creel. It was a pre-worked move. I was so shocked that it we actually had that in us. But there we go. Frankie Horn with a bit of momentum. That's a nice carry from him as the lines go up to the 10 meter. Monde van den Berg to Colisardi, who just sort of goes down to ground under a lot of pressure there from Leinster. There was no release there. A good clean out comes. Monde van den Berg sniping himself. Monde van den Berg is through. Edwin van der Merwe, he goes himself. Boy, you got Edwin. He's down to the 5 meter. What a carry from the scrum half. I think if you're given to Edwin van der Merwe, it probably would have been a try. So, little bit of inexperience. Ruben Skuman now picking up and going. No try line fever here. Steve Fatole now going himself. Come on the lads. Come on the lads. Come on the lads. Carly Sardi, the fridge. Pick up and go. Finds a few meters. Jakob Asahi, just up short. Come on, patience here, lads. Patience. What a break from Monde van den Berg. Should have scored, though. He should have scored. Speaking of Monde van den Berg, he stepped up. He's under a bit of pressure himself. There's no release there, ref. They're slowing the ball down. There's no release, man! No, man. There was absolutely no release there whatsoever. I'll look at it again, but I'm telling you right now, Dan Levy did not release that tackle at all. Oh, if you're giving it to Edwin van der Merwe on the inside, I'm telling you we go over here. It's a fantastic little snipe. He sees the space, bang. But there, if he had played it, it would have been a try. He had to play it. He had to play the ball there. The ball then pops out there. However, this is what I want to see here. No, usually we're not looking at the replay. But I'm telling you right now, I don't think there was a clear release there from Dan Levy. Whether he was then if he was actually judged to be part of the tackle, I suppose, is the argument. Oh, that could have been a big moment. That could have been a big moment. Lions with the move of the line. I mean, when was the last time you saw that? But now, Leinster opportunity now. They go back to Bernie's in the pocket. We kind of launched that downfield. Playing a bit of a territory game here. Want to start playing in the right areas here to Leinster. Kieran Horn returns the favour. A bit of a ping-pong battle here. What's Byrne going to do? He's going to go himself. Gets away from Kieran Horn. Running the hands here. There's his man outside. Good tackle. Stuart Puna now trying to get his hands on it. But it's available for Leinster. Nice strong tackle there by PJ Steenkamp. Oh no, McCarthy's through. Make a tackle. There it is. Leinster with a break. Lions defense a little bit nowhere. They've got numbers on the outside. Advantage for Watcher, lad. Not rolling away. Who's not rolling away here? Burger makes the tackle there. Yeah, and he's held in there by... Well, it's good scramble defense at the moment, but jeepers, it's been far too many clean breaks here from Leinster. It's not looking too good. So here it is, Burger makes the tackle. He's trying to roll away, but just can't. And Leinster... Blood reversal, so Reece Ruddock was back on the field. I think it was blood, I think it was HIA, but it's a very quick HIA if it isn't. So Reece Ruddock was back on the park in place of Max Deegan. We go to the midfield chair, strong carry and a decent tackle there on Jamie Osborne. Next on the 22. Running the hands. Burns finds some space. They've got space out wide. He's eventually brought down in the 5 meter. Byrne once again. Frankie Holmes trying to get his hands on the ball. Calls for holding on. Michael Alalatoa. There's good continuity from Leinster. Pick up and goes. Driven back. Desperate defense needs help from the Lions, but Leinster are looking very positive here. Lots of phases, pick up and go again. Another pick up and go. Can they? It's almost over. Eventually managed to drive him back. Has been held up. It could have been held up. The ball's available. Oh, it's an intercept. Kieran Horn, you flipping beauty. Kieran Horn has dove on that pass and intercepted. What an absolute pearler of a read. Back to Burger Oendal, who's not known for his kicking. Who then throws out to Edel van der Merwe. Chaps, what are we doing? We're now running from our own bloody try line. It's high risk, high reward, I suppose, the argument, Jacob Asahi. Well, it's worked out. Burger Oendal didn't back his boot, so he threw a long pass out to Edel van der Merwe. He managed to buy enough time to get Jordan Henderson to a better spot, and now Jordan Henderson needs to find a big clearance, which he doesn't. Stays in field. Connie into the contact there. Good tackle for there. Leinster players getting back. But Leinster all the way back towards their own halfway line. So net result still alright from the Lions. Hey, one-man tackling. Frankie Horn, bring him down. That ball's not coming out. It will be a Leinster scrum. I thought there was almost a bit of an argument for holding on there. But hey, the Lions are holding on. 32 minutes. Still a 4-point game. Must admit, I didn't see this happening, to be honest. This is what I want to see, though. I want to see some pride. I want to see some players who just stand up and say, we will be counted, you know. Yes, we're young. Yes, we're not expected to do well, but we're not going to lie. We're not going to take this line down. Excuse the pun. But this read from Kieran Horn is superb. It's a try-saving read. Pass comes in, bang, and he's just like, thank you very much, I'll take that. Yeah, I think that's a try. I mean, literally, if Kieran Horn misses that, it's a try. So that's one try that Kieran Horn has already saved tonight. Harry Byrne not looking particularly happy, staying down for quite a while here. Sean Faust says, I give Lions credit. I thought it would be plus 15 by now. No, we're here to play here. As John Luke says, we're here to play. I don't know how long it'll last. Right, so it's a scrum for Leinster just outside the 22, the Lions 22, so they need a big scrum here. Come on, Carlu. This is what we need from you, lad. But Lions should have been ahead. If Monde van den Berg had played that inside ball to Ed van der Merwe, no one was going to stop him. So that's a bit frustrating. But what can you do? You're getting a little bit greedy if you want to start saying stuff like that. Decent hit from the Lions again. The ball comes in and there comes the pressure. There comes the pressure from Carly Sardi. And Monde van den Berg managed to jump on McCarthy as well. PJ Steenkamp as well is all over him. We'll pick up and go. They've gone straight through the middle. McCarthy there now. Reese Ruddock. Levy goes in. Back into the Lions 22 they go. This is Ruddock. Burn. Oh, it's good hands, but they've run the thread out. Come on, lads. Come on, lads. Just hang in there. That's all we need to see. Rush defense. Much better defensive pressure here. It burst through the middle. Ruan Fenter eventually manages to bring him down. And then Burn. Yeah, I see. Quick pressure up there, and the loose pass goes behind all the players and runs out. So the Lions hanging on at the moment, hanging on, keeping themselves inside the game. 4 minutes, 4 points is the deficit. If they can go to half-time at 4 points, I think that'd be a great half for the Lions. Guman calling things, going up there to the lineup. Monde van den Berg going himself. He's found a lot of space here, Monde van den Berg. He's having a great time out there, and a penalty as well. But through the line early 6, so it's a penalty, so Jordan Hendrickson will be able to boot this downfield. Monde van den Berg's having a great time out there. This is what we've been waiting for, though. As Lions fans, we've been wanting for him to start for a while. And now he gets a chance to start, and he's already, for me... I mean, what a kick from Jordan Hendrickson, by the way. From their side, their own 22... Jordan Hendrickson has put them basically into the other 22. Now, this is something that Alton Yankees used to do so well for the Lions. So it's something that the Lions always seem to have, is a flower half with the ability to get themselves down the park. They've literally gone from having a defensive line out to an attacking line out just outside Leinster's 22. Lewitt and Faf coming back to the Lions. No, Faf's going to Japan and Lewitt's going to Stormers because we can't have nice things. Huntley says the defense is solid, but they must be patient and continue to challenge Leinster. Yeah, just keep doing what they're doing, if you ask me. They go to the front of the line out to Fenter. Jack Creel goes straight to Burger Undal. His first significant carry of the match. Gets inside the 22. Monde van den Berg is offside there, ref. I hope you saw that. Burn was up very quickly there. Now to Steve Tolle. Patience needed here now for the line. Penalty right in front as well. Come on, lads. We can go up to within 1 point here. 8 penalties by Leinster. Come on, the lads. Come on, the lads. Take the 3 points. Yeah, Kieran Hall, you tell them what to do. Doesn't matter that you're the second youngest player in the park. Right, 3-pointer is the call. Jordan Henderson, bang in front. Says, thank you, we'll take a couple of extra points. And it is a 1-point game as we enter the last 4 minutes of the first half. Leinster discipline letting them down. Lions are hanging on, just creating a couple of mistakes in the Leinster, just managing to just stay in the game, really. I think both sides look pretty good with ball in hand. But, yeah, I'd say defensively both have had a couple of weak moments. And on the attack, both look quite promising. Monde van den Berg going to Ruan Fenter. Oh, sit down, Reese Ruddock. I mean, how is that from the 19-year-old? The ball is spilled out the top. Monde van den Berg jumping all over it, but it was a knock-on, unfortunately. Ron Fenter's furious with him. That's frustrating. It was a really nice carry there by Ron Fenter. I mean, it's not every day that you sit down Reece Ruddock. But I think it's a head-on-head collision here between Morne van den Berg and Ruben Schoeman because they're both not particularly happy. And it's just the Lions not giving away too many penalties, which shows how good they can be. Well, it's a talented squad, and I use the word talent very specifically because there are players in here who've got the ability to be very good. They've got the materials, they've got what they need, but it's just a lot of them aren't ready for this level. And it shows, it's the inexperience which is the issue. All the best players or the best talents are the very inexperienced players. Matthew Dixon, isn't this Leinster's B team due to Six Nations? Yeah, it is their B team, but I tell you right now, it's far more international caps and quality in this Leinster side than they are in the Lions side. And do Leinster even really have a B team? That squad is absolutely incredible. Right, Leinster scrum. This could be dangerous times here for the Lions. The last 2 minutes of the first half. Need a big defence here. Come on, lads. 1.5 minutes. You win the scrum. Kick us out into Leinster territory. We'll go into half-time with a 1 point advantage. That's all we want. All I want right now. It's gone down again. We can have another reset here. Come on, another big scrum, you lads. Another big scrum, you lad. Last minute of the play. Come on, lads. Just take a 1 point deficit into half time. I'll be very happy with that. I've been very impressed with this half full stop. Yeah, ball goes straight towards the back. Reece Ruddock will take it. Referee almost getting in the way of that quill. They eventually managed to get a hand onto Reece Ruddock. Ball's eventually available. Big carry there. Lots of Leinster options. Byrne goes to he's taking them in the air, but there's big boos around there. But I actually quite enjoy that call from the referee. And then Leinster have lost it forward. Jack Creel come away with it. No, I don't like this. This actually pisses me off, to be honest, because it's tackling in the air. But for me, this is a bit of a grey area. I'm not just saying this because it's the Lions and Leinster stuff like that. But for me, this is a bit of a grey area because the pass is not even that high, and you then go and you jump into the contact. And therefore, it's a penalty. And I think, for me, that's always been a frustrating rule because it becomes far too easy for me to be able to almost buy a penalty with the way the Leinster are about to walk straight through. Oh, no, you've actually been held up here. This could be held up. I'll be surprised if it is. But the penalty came. So basically, the Leinster defender, look, the pass was quite high, so he did have to probably jump into it. But it jumps up, lifts his legs, and then Kieran Horner is tackling him. So he lifts him past the horizontal, and that's what concedes the penalty. So have the Lions managed to hold this up? On-field decision is no try, which means that the TMO has to find evidence and conclusive evidence that there is grounding. So the Lions might have pulled out a miracle with this defense. Sean Farrell says, sloppy Leinster this half so far. Not sure. Cultus says, I think Lewis is coming to the Stormers. Yeah, it looks that way. See, they break off. And as they come down, you just can't seem to ever get it down. Jack Creel is there. The ball's still up there. You can't see. This is going to be the angle. Can't see anything. There's boots in the way. I don't think it's going to be conclusive. I don't think this is going to be... You see, it's still up there. The crowd are celebrating, but you can't even see the ball. I don't think there's enough evidence here to overturn this. See, the ball's up. The ball's still up there. A Leicester player then starts celebrating. Hey, come on. We move, boys, we move. Well, half time. Who would have thought? Just a 1-point game. The Lions managing to keep Leinster out in the final seconds of the half. Leinster will take a 1-point lead. The Lions looking much, much better than what we've seen them. Granted, it is not the strongest Leinster side, but in my opinion, still a much stronger side than the Lions. But the Lions have come to play. And hopefully we'll see a bit of a similar second half. If the Lions can just keep into it, you never know. I mean, I'll just take a bonus point from coming within 7, to be honest. But yeah, we'll take a quick break, and I'll see you guys in a bit. And I'm back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. The Lions are hanging in there, 1 point margin over in Ireland up against Leinster. A fantastic performance from the Lions in the first half to be this close. And I think the word brave is very apt because there's a couple of very brave players out there. If we look at the poll, I mean, I don't know how 41% people at the beginning of the match predicted that the Lions would actually win this, but all of a sudden, it doesn't look as incredibly far-fetched as it might have, because for one of the few times this season, the Lions have actually pitched up and been quite good tonight. And long may that continue, but you do expect Leinster to come back and be a lot more disciplined, because conceding what I think it was 8 penalties in the first half was very uncharacteristic and something that they'll need to sort out quite quickly as the Lions return to the field. So, some of the comments I think I missed. Where are we at? Vic said, I did say I see the Lions this year an upset. Oh, look, a long way to go. Well, I'm not sure I'd go that far, as not everyday culture says. My bestie was just cracked cold at the outcome of that first half. To be honest, I actually had dinner. I haven't eaten since breakfast, so I was actually so I actually had a very quick dinner. It's tough when you finish work late and you've got to start the watchalongs. We've got to get all more going and stuff like that. So finally managed to find 10 minutes to eat. Kieran Horn, very impressed in his first half. A lot of the youngsters standing up. I've been quite impressed with Ruan Fenter as well. Quite a confrontational. He sat down Reece Ruddock, so you'll remember that for a while. Here come Leinster as well as Adolf van der Merwe, who decided to just stay in for a little bit longer. I mean, I think this is a game. I mean, it's weird because it's not a game I expect to be high scoring. Even if it was going to be a bit closer, I expected the Lions to have to score quite a few points to stay with Leinster, which hasn't been the case so far. Just one try in the match, which is strange. But I do expect Leinster to be a lot better this half. So yeah, but let's wait and see. I think regardless of what happens, I think you can, as a Lions fan, you can be very impressed with the Lions' effort in that first half. Sean Farrell says Leicester often have a better in the second half. They had a bird first one. Yeah, well, I think that's exactly what you needed. When your team as good as Leicester, often halftime can be a bit of a savior, because you can go into the change rooms, you can reassess, and come back and be a bit more clinical. But yes, Ross Byrne with ball in hand, one of 3 Burns on the park. Leinster playing left to right this time. Early touch for Ruan Fenter. Boom! He's been. For 19 years old, you wouldn't sit there and say that he looks out of place, does he? That's the second play he's managed to bounce off today. Jordan Hendrickson now doesn't find touch, goes down the middle of the park. Solid tackle by Jack Creel, and Max O'Reilly was going on a bit of a run. Leinster on the 10-metre line now, going to Byrne. Long ball over the top. Adolf van der Merwe's got time to try and scramble apart as Dan Levy takes into contact. Byrne running the hands here. Max O'Reilly. Back to Max O'Reilly. Skips one tackle. Good pick up off the ground there from Dave Kearney, but they've lost all the momentum, and now they've held him up. And a knock-on advantage, I think it was. Knock-on first. So managing to create a knock-on there from the Lions. It was good hands. It was Wandersley Simlani, I think, who just slips the tackle here. No, sorry, it's Stian. Jack Creel makes that diving tackle. Can't hang on. Stian Pino then forces a tackle, which makes a bit of a pass that's quite low to the ground yet from Max O'Reilly towards Kearney, who just can't hang on as the call. So a scrum from the Lions, which, if it's anything like the first half, is definitely penalty territory, the way that Carly Sardi's been having a lot of success up against Ed Byrne. And give him credit, Steve Tory's not been doing too badly against Michael Alatoa either. Must admit, I much prefer this shirt from the Lions than the away shirt. I mean, the home shirt. Big hit there from Leinster. But there comes the pressure. I mean, it is such a good scrum. There's the advantage. Morne van den Berg going to Burger Oendal. Burger Oendal going south. Oh, he wants to get his hands to the tackle and give it to Wandersley Simlani. Morne van den Berg now sniping himself, trying to get to the 22 meters. But they'll go back. I mean, the scrums have been superb. It's almost every single time it's a Lions put in, there's a scrum. And it's been a huge lesson in technique versus size, because the Leinster scrum, as I said earlier, is 60 kgs heavier. And yet Carly Sardi's having an absolute field day. And Jordan Hench has kicked pretty well so far. It looks like he's won another one inside the 22. So early chance now for the Lions, the visitors, to try and get some points on the board early in the second half. This looks like it's well inside the 22. That's on the 22. Yakovasaki going towards Frankie Horn, who has to reach up there and manage to make it. Creel, bit of a messy now, but the Lions do come away with it. Morne van den Berg, the live wire scrum half. He's still going. He's very slippery as Morne van den Berg. Ruben Schoeman now going to Ruan Venter. Big counter ruck coming in here from Leinster. Morne van den Berg desperately trying to get the ball off the ground. And a knock on. That's frustrating, man, because you're such good moments there and you've got to protect your ball better. Morne van den Berg just desperately trying to get the ball up, but couldn't. He's had a great game, though. So it wasn't a particularly good throw in there. So Frankie Horn has to get right across and managed to bring it across. Thankfully, Jaco Kriel was aware to it. Bounced off Ruan Schoeman. And Ruan Venter goes down. And the clean out's not good enough. It's frustrating because the tackler, which has to roll away, basically just stood up and then rucked over. Leicester stand very deep to make sure the ball moves through the hands. Yeah, they like to use their width. And time and attention, I've been very impressed with Venter and Q Horn. Yeah, I mean, interesting that the two youngest players in the park have definitely been some of the brightest. Ruan Venter looks made for this level, though. Incredible story about him, the fact that he wasn't even playing first team and stuff like that, but he's been terrific tonight. Another big scrum, but Reece Ruddock breaks off the top, wrapping around, trying to use the width now, and they do run the hands of Van der Merwe's tracking. Managed to bring down Byrne. They're trying to bundle him towards the touchline, but the tackle is made. Byrne, they're running the hands again. This is where it gets a bit more dangerous here. They've got men out wide. Spread for fence here. The kick comes in behind. Morne van den Berg is back. Has to find a good kick. That's a very nice tear. Morne van den Berg under a lot of pressure, and he's managed to find up to the 10 meter. But that's the problem. Because as soon as they start running their hands, the Lions are very, very short out wide. A lot of players are having to come across here. Kieran Horn. Look, it's good scramble defense, positioning wise. And then Morne van den Berg doing well. Oh, that's a horrible line from Leinster. That's not gone straight. But they have managed to keep it. Devin Toner not carrying it up. Penalty advantage for Leinster. Interesting to see what they do with it. We're an inside ball. That's got to be that's obstruction. Penalty for not rolling away. Now, what do Leinster do? Because you'd think that they'd want to go for the try. However, it's a 1-point game. And the first things you need to be doing is securing the win. But they are going for the corner. So let's hope it comes back to bite them. I mean, you've got to love it. He's lying on the ground. The ball's available. So what does Devin Toner does? He just goes and pushes it against the Lions player and sit there saying, "Oh, ref." I think I've always said for a while now they need to look at the rolling away. And if the ball is available, which it's supposed to be, then, it's because the problem is how often in rolling away do you disrupt the ball more than if you can roll yourself into a position where you don't infringe on the scrum off. Obviously, that opens up a lot of interpretation, so that's where the issues come with that law. But it becomes quite easy for players to be able to just sort of like put a knee on or whatever and keep players within the ruck. We've seen a change here. Sibase Sangweni's come on. I'm not sure for who. Ah, shit. And now goes Carly Sardi. I mean, there's our best player. Nope, he's fine. You're not taking off the fridge just yet. Well, Jaco Kriel's still on the park. So I'll be surprised if taking Ruan Fent off after the game he's had. He's still on there, so I think Franco Horn's can't know. Franco Horn's there. So Sangweni has come on for, it looks like, PJ Steenkamp. I think we'll see Ruan Fent probably go into the lock then. This is unfortunately a very good looking more here for Leinster. They've got the run. They're still going. Collapse for a penalty advantage. One of those mauls where you can't stop it legally. Runner picks up and goes. Brought down by Ruben Skuman. Advantage offside, second advantage. Lions in danger of losing a man through a couple of repeated infringements in the red zone. Short is still the call. They're right on the doorstep here. Michael Alalato is going to go himself. And he's over. Well, it was nice while it lasted, wasn't it? Tom says there's some power in Saudi's boop. Look, there's a lot of power in that boop. There's Springbok power, if you ask me. If he was playing for any other union besides the Lions and doing what he was doing, you would be walking into that box squad. I'm telling you right now. And a quick conversion there as well. 15 points to 6, or sorry, 14 points to 6 is the scoreline now. And unfortunately, there's far too much pressure. I mean, there was 2 penalty advantage there. So, the fact that they scored might not actually have been the worst thing, because the Lions were at risk of losing a player if they kept infringing in that sort of position. So Michael Alalato hasn't had a great time at scrum time, but he does have a try to his name. And the Lions not rushing back to the halfway line. Jordan Henderson with ball in hand. So it's interesting that they sent on Sangweni for a lock when there is... Oh, that's a horrible take from Reece Ruddock, but the replacement scrum half who is on, Luke McGrath, manages to grab onto that. That's a horrible pass out back. And Burns having to clear up. Now looking to run it. Boot eventually comes in. Shot down the throat of Jordan Hendrickson, who's got Q and Horn next to him. Jordan into Rick, he sees a bit of space down the side there. Then goes to Edel van der Merwe, who's a little bit isolated. They've gone down the left here, the Lions. Morne van der Berg, pretty flat pass to Steve Satole. Morne van der Berg to Burger Undal at first receiver. Burger Undal seeing a bit of space, but caught a little bit isolated. Still available. Yakavasaki filling in at scrum half. Jordan Henderson will put this ball in the air. You've got 3 players onto this, so it should be competitive. The ball lands towards Leinster side. And Carney's broken through. Big tackle. They're coming from Stian Pienaar. CBC Sangweni completing it. But Leinster all of a sudden back in Lions territory. O'Brien's through. Kieran Horn, get your hands on that ball, chap. Leinster up to the 22. Come inside to Carney. And ripped. Ooh. Yeah, Yakubasaki's not happy with that call. He's saying it's the second attempt. I'm not sure there was a first attempt. It's a big more. And it's another try. I'll tell you what you don't see. And it frustrates me, actually. And it's got nothing to do with the fact that I'm not saying the calls are wrong. But we never see replays. Is that just me, or do we not see replays in this competition? It was the same thing earlier in the Bulls, where I wanted to see that 1-forward pass. We just don't see replays in this tournament, which is really frustrating, because it's really difficult to understand calls that the referees are making when we don't see replays. and straight through the middle. So 21 points to 6. All starting to come apart a little bit from the Lions. Sure, it frustrates me that the URC. In fact, I think the URC production-wise has got a long way to go. Darren Best saying these commentators are very patronising. There's been quite a lot of talk about the commentators, actually. A lot of people haven't been particularly happy with the commentary, both in the South African and overseas, in the tournament so far. My biggest gripe is we don't see replays. We never get to see anything that actually happens. We don't get to see infringements. You know, it's just, I don't know what it is they've got against highlights, but they just don't. They don't show replays. Restart there outside the 22. So Ruan Dre is on for Carlisali. What another massive match for him. Solid carry there from Leinster, starting to pull the screws. Now Byrne will go to the boot. Kieran Horn underneath it. What's Kieran Horn got? He's going to boot it up and chase it himself. It's right up against the touchline as well. He makes the tackle as well. No, he doesn't make the tackle. Makes a half tackle. Jeepers, we're so far away from the action. Eventually, we managed to zoom in. Now, Leinster, you can see a couple of things have changed. Oh, that's almost like a decent have a go on the ground from Andre, but the intensity seems up here from Leinster. You know, the handling's getting better. See the handling. Look at the handling now. Look at the handling now. And the kick ahead from Tommy O'Brien has been charged down. Well, charged into touch by Jordan Hendricks. So it will be a Leinster lineup, but Leinster looking like a whole different side all of a sudden. The handling's looking a lot slicker. The ball retention's looking a lot better. The lineout's really working for them. It's kind of looking like the Leinster side that we sort of expected early on. See some good handling here. Carney coming back inside. Big tackle on him from Jaco Creel. Lots of gaps opening up, unfortunately. Byrne now. Oh, the pass doesn't quite go to hand. More from Berg. I love that. Ref, surely. Penalty, thank you. Morne van den Berg has just dumped Rhys Ruddock out. The ball stayed in, and Edel van der Merwe managed to win a penalty on the ground. But you gotta love Morne van den Berg. I am definitely not picking a fight with Rhys Ruddock. But a bit of a reprieve from the Lions. Now, kick this ball downfield, take things a bit slow, slow the ball down, let's get back into it. But it's just the handling. So many gaps lying around. The scramble defense has worked for the Lions. They've scrambled really well. But you see Edel van der Merwe comes up quickly, which puts Rhys Ruddock under a bit of pressure. Morne van den Berg's all over him. Throws him to the ground. Loose ball. It's so difficult not to compare Morne van den Berg to Faf de Klerk, isn't it? Looks a bit similar, very sort of similar playing style. And Burger Odendahl's come off the top of that line out. Very nice set move from the Lions. Ruben Schoeman now going to Ruan Venter. Another powerful carry from the youngster. Morne van den Berg looked for a snipe. Unfortunately, is wrapped up quite quickly. Morgan O'Dear on the park as well. Langweni at scrum off, going to Ruan Venter. Oh, Burger Odendahl stayed down here. This is not what the Lions need. They're not blessed with a lot of centres. He's not happy at all, Burger Odendahl. His hands in his head. I think he's sore here. In his last season at the Lions, he has been picked up by the Wasps and will be departing at the end of the season, which is about right, isn't it? So, after this game, it becomes very difficult not to keep selecting Ruan Venter, but he's playing in the place of Vincent Tuka. So, yeah, all of a sudden, pretty blessed at least. Well, not all of a sudden. Lions have always had loose forwards, but what a player that Ruan Venter looks like. Can play at lock, so there's that option, for example. Obviously, I think would work very nicely as a. I mean, I think that's maybe that's the solution. You know, you have Ruan Venter at lock, and then you got Vincent Tuka, Jack Creel, Franco Horn as your loose trio. A lot of good ball carriers in that. Right, scrum time. First scrum since the two new props on for the Lions. Can they continue the dominance? Or has it left with Carly Sardi? Well, the ball's gone in and not been hooked. Somebody needs to hook that. Oh, there comes the big shove. There comes the big shove. Morne van den Berg gets the ball out a bit sloppy from Wanasila Similani. Gets to Q and Horn. There's a big scrum there from the Lions, though, so it still looks like they might have that tendency. Right, Ruan Venter finds a meter or two. Morne van den Berg goes to Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson spots a bit of space out, but he's completely overcooked that. Been taken, however, by Byrne. He looks to find touch, and he finds a very good touch finder. Bit of a strange kick there from Jordan Henderson. I know there wasn't much on, but I don't know if it was just caught in the wind or expected the wind to do more. 7 red, yeah. So Ruan Venter will go off. What a game from him. Be replaced by Lunga Ngube, who's a natural placement at lock, but Ruan Venter will take a bow. What an absolute stormer of a game. Lunga Ngube. Love it. Right. Decent out there. Flat ball there for Jordan Henderson. Gives it to Jaco Creel. Puts his head down. Gets wrapped up by the halfway line. Quick ball from Morne van den Berg. Sipasiso Sangweni with his first carry. Nice leg drive from him. Getting up to the halfway line. Penalty advantage. Thank you very much. Penalty as well. $17 taking him behind as the call, so we'll be able to kick this towards the corner. Things just slowing down a little bit more for the Lions, which is suiting us. A couple of penalties creeping in for Leinster, a bit like the first half. Big kick needed here from Jordan Hendrickson. And he's found another on the 5-meter line. Goodness me, has he kicked well tonight. Started off quite poorly to Jordan Hendrickson. So one kick went into touch. He missed those 2 penalties. But since then, especially with the boot, he's looked far more short. He made a couple of bad decisions, which you will when you're young. But he's looked very good with the boot. And here comes Tian Swanepoel. The question is, who's he replaced? Because Kieran Horn, I wouldn't have replaced him at all. If anything, I would have put Tian Swanepoel at. Oh, they've taken it quickly. It's bounced towards Jaco Creel. Yeah, Burger Windel was sore, so that's fine. Tian Swanepoel. Oh, Steve Satoli was through! Oh, I think, sorry, Lunga Ngube was actually through. I think it was actually a hand in there, which caused the knock on there. That's very frustrating. Right, now the clearance coming from Harry Burney. Doesn't go for boot, doesn't go for territory. Oh, Schweppes. Oh my goodness, we've got bloody hookers putting in grubbers. Now Q and Horn is trying to clean up. They're all the way back in the 22 here are the Lions. That's very frustrating. They got a bit of space out wide if they want to use it. They go to Franco Horn. He's left it inside. Oh, ref, if you go back and look at it, I think he's left this inside. The Lunga Ngube, great break from him. Yeah, and then Reese Ryder knocks it out of his hand. It was a great kick over the hind. And I mean, you can't believe, we've got bloody Sean Cronin going around the side and then putting in the flipping grubber. Right, line out here for Leinster. That's not straight, so the Lions have won that. Morne van den Berg, the one cleaning up, going to Jaco Creel. Jaco Creel puts his head down. And he gets the support from Sipasiso Sangweni. That's a nice carry from him. Morne van den Berg going to Jordan Hendrickson. He'll put this high in the air. I don't think he's got a lot of distance on this, so this will be very competitive. It bounces. And he gets thrown back inside by off a Leinster hand, but Ciampino is off it. Go, Stuart! Has he got the pace? You betcha he's got the pace. Has he got the pace? Oh no, he's got it just. It's literally on the 2 meter. Oh my word. I mean, it's a brilliant tackle from Tommy O'Brien. Oh, I thought we were in there. Unfortunately, not to that person, but I think if it falls to any of the other three, I think they've got more pace than Ciampino. I mean, the ball comes back, it gets tossed back inside by Leinster's hand, and Ciampino jumps on it. Quick take there from Leinster from the line out. That's an incredibly good chance to even tackle from Tommy O'Brien, but I thought he was away there. Taking it quickly out of the lines, back on the halfway line is Kieran Horn. Kieran Horn sees a bit of space, but he's very isolated. But offside from Leinster, so it'll be a penalty, right, by the 22, so they'll be able to kick to the corner and have another go here. Oh, what a moment that would have been. What a moment that would have been. Sabrin Shard says Jordan Henderson next Springbok. Yeah, I mean, I think he will be a Springbok. Just needs time to settle in, and he needs a better team around him as well. But we've got some running repairs in the referee here before the Lions will then hopefully kick this towards touch, maul it over, get us a first try of the match, get themselves within 7 points here. Well, that wouldn't be within 7 points of the try, but I'm saying you start getting towards that territory. Creel getting a couple of running repairs. Is my time off? No, just not. Okay, so the penalty's all the way. I would take a scrum here. Scrum. Surely you're taking a scrum here. Scrum. I love it. Jack Creel says, come on! I mean, it's literally right in front of the poles. So, quite apart, first of all, if it's a big scrum like we've seen, penalty tries on the table. Quite apart from anything else, if it's the try we've seen, Frankie Horn could very well be picking this up and going over. However, what we don't need to do is get ahead of ourselves and for the first time this match be dominated by Leinster. We've got to get a good scrum in here. I love the fact we've taken this option, but get rid of the old dog Creel. He's not inspiring this young team. Getting a character like Graham Smith, even if he's 20 years old, to invest in a young fearless leader, not the old dog like Creel. Yeah, I can't agree with that. I'm sorry, cannot agree with that. Jacko Creel is the reason that we were in the first half. That try-saving tackle, effort with more, and he's been one of our best players the last few weeks. Big scrum. It's a big scrum. It's a big scrum. It's a big scrum. He wants a reset here. He's not even that old. I mean, he's 32. It's not like a guy's sitting in his 40s. Come on, the lads. Come on, the lads. Give me my clock going again. Come on, penalty tries on the table here, lads. Keep pushing here. Morgan O'Dear and Ruan Dre have got a... They're not 32. 07. Got to pick up where Carlos Sardi and Steve Tolley left off. Come on, the lads. Oh, for fuck's sakes, man. Free kick. Free kick. I don't know where he found that. We haven't had a free kick the entire bloody game. That's so frustrating. We literally not been a single free kick the entire game at scrum time. And in the all-important one, then there is one. As Leinster launched the ball down. That's so irritating. Especially a free kick. I mean, if it's something wrong and it's a penalty, then whatever. But a free kick for something really minor is so frustrating. That's a great tackle by Kieran Horn. Leinster back inside their own half. Nice little chip and chase from him. That's a big chance gone to begging. Oh, shit. There is so much space out here. We've still got a player down there. And O'Reilly has just ran away from all the support. That's a bizarre decision for him. Reece Ruddock now pick up and go. Now they go down the blind side. Ooh, a bit of a loose pass there. Andre all over that penalty. Thank you. You can be the best player, but he's not getting these young well pieces to perform. Get a proper fearless leader. I don't want leaders to criticize me in public. Take me rather. Please, no. Funny enough, did you not notice how after that time when we did criticize them in public, how much better the Lions have been? And to say that you haven't gotten these young players to perform, look at this match. He's been captain for 3 matches. Burger Winda was captain up until that Bulls game. Oh shit, there goes flipping Morgan O'Dear. I don't know what's happened to him. I think that's a shoulder gone. Well, that's a flipping disaster. We don't have a lot of prop depth. Speaking of injuries as well, there goes Byrne. Harry Byrne as well. Nah, I've got no issue with the career as well. I think that they came out and he said what needed to be said. A lot of people didn't like it. For a union which has been stuffing around for so much, I think the attitude has changed since then, to be honest. And I think that they have come out and looked a lot better. My stream is busy buckling here. Hey, what's going on? Let's catch up here. Oh, it's a bit of a messy line out. And we've lost possession. The lines are so shit, man. Always so shit. It's an absolute joke that every single match we are losing 3 to 4 lines. Doesn't matter if it's Curry Cup, URC, it could be a flippin' warm-up game, it could be a game of Tiddlywinks. We'll still manage to find a way to have a line out we lose. I mean, it's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic that this union cannot go a game without losing 4 to 5 line outs. Leinster moving the ball very easily at the moment. High tackle there from Similani. It's frustrating. The Lions have had their chances this half. They've had their chances. Messed up with the scrum, and I messed up with that flipping line out. Reach right up from the line out there. Use it quickly. Oh, that's a really good tackle. It's a knock on in the tackle there. Turnover ball here. Ruben Skuman going to Similani under a lot of pressure, so feel free to go back for the knock on, ref. We're under a lot of pressure there. I would have liked that scrum, actually. Not quite sure why we didn't get it. We're under plenty of pressure. So now there's advantage over. I mean, tell me that we gained any advantage there. Nice tackle by Steven Pinot. Like a creel up there to try and compete for the ball. Gets down the 10-meter line. Rush defense there. Get it after the first one. I think it was Lunga and Gube who they got past. As my stream currently catches up. Oh, good hands. The space out there. Sian Swanepoel makes the tackle. Steve Tully obviously back on in place of Morgan O'Dear. Andrea turning over at the breakdown. Love to see it. Now Morne van den Berg puts in a big kick, which is going to stay in field. He's chasing himself. And they're going to Reece Ruddock, who's all by himself. be a bit of trouble, but the Leinster players do manage to scramble. A weird decision to give it to Reece Ruddock, who was the only player who had a defender near him. Now the kick coming in there from Jamie Osborne. Jordan Henderson underneath it. Jordan Henderson trying to step his way out the pop, then pops the ball over the top. I want to see the Similani. He's been very quiet. Cuts inside the Similani. His feet get taken out. Presents the ball for Morgan van den Berg. Good take there from Jakob Visagie. Sees Tolle pick up and go. Come on, man. Catch up. Oh, it's looking like a good break here from Andrea. Lines up to the 5 meter. Going to Edel van der Merwe. Kieran Horn puts his head down. Manages to spin away. Find a few meters. Very quickly up here on defense from Leinster. Edel van der Merwe is going. He's still going, Van der Merwe. He needs to support. He's popped it straight to the fucking Leinster player. I mean, really, Oaks? We're wearing red, they're wearing blue. How do you pop it to them, you bloody ex-stormer? Now it's carried back, so they lost 70-22. You have Leinster. No, you said carried back. Yeah, you said carried back. Thank you very much. Well left. Well refereed. Ball went straight out. So it will be a Lions line side of 22. Not that it matters because the Lions can't have it. Don't know what to do with the line out. But, yeah. There comes Money Russ. On for who's? Once again, though. I must question the Lions tag. Oh, he's on. Who are you on for? Similani is still on. Oh, he's on for Hendricks. Tian Swanepoel's gone to fly half. What is the point in having the most exciting up and coming at number 13 in the side if you're just never ever going to use them? The Lions do not know how to get the best out of the one to see Similani. He's going to go to one union. He's going to absolutely tear it up. We're just incapable of finding the best way to use him. It's so. I don't know. Oh goodness! Well, I mean, come on. We've just gotten a line out inside the 22. So what do? You put on PJ Botha. I honestly think that a brick wall has a better chance of throwing a ball into a line out better than PJ Botha does. I genuinely, I think a quadriplegic could probably throw a ball in line better than PJ Botha. Prove me wrong here, PJ. Prove me wrong. Hit a man in the line out for once. Fun fact, if the score remains as here, Leinster don't get a bonus point. Oh, you found a line on Money Russ. Is scampering into the 22. Pick up and go from Jaco Creel. Not sure that's the right option. A little bit isolated there, but the ball is available. Steven Pienaar coming into scrum half there. Ruan Dreyer carrying it. Steven Pienaar still operating at scrum half, even though our scrum half is next to him. There goes PJ Botha. Warren van den Berg sniping, giving it to Steven Pienaar, who's basically becoming a shadow all of a sudden. Warren van den Berg, flat to Ruben Schoeman. Warren van den Berg, and there's a knock-on. Of course there's a knock-on. Now the kick comes in from Jamie Osborne, and the Lions are retreating. It's once to Similani, gives it to Van der Merwe. You've got support, feel free to use it. Goes himself, gets to the halfway line. Warren van den Berg gives it to Tian Swanepoel, gives it to Money Russ down the blind side. Money Russ steps inside. It's all looking very lackadaisical at the moment, to be honest, as Ruan Dreyer carries in. Warren van den Berg, inside ball to Edel van der Merwe. This time it was read pretty well. Lunga Ngube does very well to make sure the ball's still available. Warren van den Berg going to Money Russ, who pops it very flat to Frankie Horn, and just puts his head down. That's what I like to see, a bit of authority there. And then we lose it forward through Ben Schoeman. I mean, PJ Botha's after it. Knock-on advantage. Here comes Tommy O'Brien. Tommy O'Brien is wrapped up by Steven Pienaar. This game's kind of disintegrated, hasn't it, in the last few minutes? All is looking a little bit flat. For what? The ball was available for like 10 minutes, and then he goes, ref, look, he's there. And then you go, oh, okay, it's an advantage. Huh? I'm confused at that call because he said, no, it's all good. And then, like, nothing happened. Then he said, oh, okay, no, what advantage? Ah, dear. Come on, lads. I mean, if the scoreline remains here, I'll be fairly happy because we're all expecting an absolute rubbing. But, oh, that looked a bit forward. The frustration is that the Lions have had chances to score points and they just haven't. Oh, the hands are coming here. That's a very good tackle. It's a good contribution from Lunga. A little bit of urgency there. They're running the hands. Yeah, they're running the hands. Yeah. How was it only knock on advantage over now? I mean, they gained 20 meters in that last play. Reese Ruddock, pick up and go, but is driven backwards. There we go. That's what I like to see. Back to Burn. Osborne, and the tackle go. Now the pace is on. Edel van der Merwe has kicked this ahead, and he's knocked it forward. Scrum Lions, come on. Well, we're hanging in there, lads. We're hanging in there. And now we get to finish. I mean, what? We've got 8 minutes, 7 minutes left in this game. Gonna finish this up. Head to bed, get the old iPad out, get myself nice and comfortable, and watch some test cricket. What could you want from a weekend? I do have to apologise, by the way. We will not be live tomorrow because I am drinking. I said it. I said it. It has been a hell of a long month, a hell of a long week, and it's a good mate's birthday. So tomorrow I am going to a braai at 12 o'clock, and that's when the drinking begins. So I would be in absolutely no condition whatsoever to be doing a watch along in the evenings. So unfortunately, we will not be live tomorrow. However, there will be live commentary available for the Six Nations games on Forever Rugby. And we will be back on Sunday. Carl will be taking you guys through Ireland versus Italy. So I do apologize for not being around tomorrow, but I am taking a day off. So I'm actually quite excited about. But anyway, let's see if the Lions can just find something here. Wrapping around here, Monde van den Berg going to Edel van der Merwe. A bit of a move here. They've gone to the centre, but something needs to straighten here. Stian Pienaar. Monde van den Berg, Stian Swanepoel to Manny Russ. Manny Russ to Wanasi Similani. Similani's going to measure up a couple of players. Draws in one. PJ Botha almost fumbles it. Because PJ Botha, what is a Lions game if PJ Botha doesn't ruin things? Sorry, I actually need to start. I need to be a bit fairer to him. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Stian Swanepoel then seeing a bit of space. Looking for that 50-22, but it's well read by Max O'Reilly. He gives it away to Kearney. Creel makes a desperate tackle. The throwback comes inside. Manu Russ and Sibasiu Sangweni just sort of cleaning up. Oh my living! All the half passes are falling to hand at the moment. This is ominous. Still a long way to go, but it is a bit ominous. Harry Byrne. Oh, there it is. There's the mistake. We're waiting for it now. Kieran Horn, what can you do? You can keep going. Go, Kieran Horn. Just push the referee out the way, man. Fuck him. Knock on advantage. Monde van den Berg goes to the boot. It'll land in though. Leinster under a bit of pressure here. And that's a good result because Byrne has kicked it up into touch on the full. Come on, lads. 4 minutes. Let's just find something to do. Just give me something to celebrate. Let me take something to the test match later. Tommy O'Brien has been labelled the player of the match. Yeah, he's wrecked us, hasn't he? He's absolutely wrecked us several times. It's been quite frustrating. Alright, lads. PJ Buerta over the top to Money Russ, who managed to take it. His burst through. Money Russ, go! Into the 22. Come on, the buggers. Come on, the buggers. Pick up and go. I think that's from Tian Swanepoel. Nah, Ruben Skuman. Deep inside 22 here. CBC Sangweni has got away from 2. He's still going. It's a nice carry from him. Morty Vandenberg. Let's go back to the inside. Oh, and Ruan Dre, you fucking... Ruan Dre, why can't we have nice things? Why can we not have nice things? I mean, that's such an easy... Just catch the damn ball. I'm not asking for a miracle. I'm not asking you to turn water into wine. I'm asking you to catch a flipping rugby ball. You are paid substantial sums of money to catch a rugby ball. Just do it. You'd never be sponsored by Mikey because you just can't do it. Alright, 3 minutes to go, lads. Big scrum, yeah, penalty, kick to the corner, we score a try, we go back from the halfway line. We'll take a young, for 13 points to 21. Not quite within 7, but we'll take that back to staff, go back to the drawing board. We are playing the best side in the competition, so... Yeah, look, I mean, in all seriousness, we know it's not the strongest Leinster side, but it's been a nice... Lions have not looked like a side who don't deserve the competition, which is what they've looked like for a lot. Hey, Monde Vandenberg has burgled... Oh, ref! Morne Vandenberg embracing his inner South African and making a great steal, unfortunately knocking it on in the process, I believe. We'll have another scrum here. Now, guys, if you can play like this, we'll beat more teams in this competition. I mean, we only won 2 games. Funny, ironically, it's just the inconsistency, isn't it, with this team? Because when those 2 games we've won, we played really well. There's no consistency, though. Big scrum coming in from Ruan Dre. Big scrum. Morning from the bird. Yako Krill! Come on! Come on! Ruan Dre, that's how you make amends, lad. That's how you make amends. Take your Nike sponsorship back. He's done it. Huge scrum. Turnover ball. Morning Vandenberg picks up and goes. Inside ball to Yako Krill, who dives over. And the Lions are on the scoreboard. They'll leave with a try. We'll take that. We'll take that. Huge scrum there. Morning Vandenberg burgles it. Inside ball to Creel. Thank you very much. I enjoy the fact that Morning Vandenberg has played the entire game. Which is a pity, actually, because Nico Steyn is a very nice young scrum off. He's come on and hasn't had an opportunity, but he'll have an opportunity. What I think we can agree on, though, is we don't need to be seeing Andrew Warner ever again. Morning Vandenberg starts every single week, and I'd rather see Nico Steyn play. I think he's a very nice little scrum off. I suppose most scrum offs are nice and little, aren't they? Except for Marco Janssen from Fury at the Bulls. He is rather large. But we've now officially emptied the bench. There'll be one more scrum. So Leinster has an opportunity now to get a bonus point try. Another big scrum like the Lions had. And who knows, maybe there's a penalty and the Lions kick to the corner and they're going to come one point short of winning the game. Imagine. But I get to go to bed happy. Even if Leinster run this in and it's 28 points to 13, I get to say, you know what, we were not outclassed. We were well beaten, but we were not outclassed. Solid scrum there, good platform there from Leinster. Good wrap around there. Swanepoel's come in. Oh, that's a horrible moment. He's just knocked it on there. Surely, referee. Knock on advantage. Now the Lions got to go the full length of the field to try and get that bonus point of coming within 7. Could you imagine? When pigs fly, hey? Or when PJ Buerta puts a line in straight. That's a nice pick up off the ground. Oh, Tian Swanepoel, you absolute hillock. Well, that's full time. I forgot to add it. So, full time, the RDS Arena, 21 points to 13. How many people would have sat there beginning of the season and said that Leinster will not get a bonus point against Lions? I definitely would not have said that, to be honest. So, I'm quite happy with that, actually. And I think the biggest thing for me is you look at who are the Lions' best players, and I thought Ruan Venter and Kieran Horn were really good tonight. I thought Frankie Horn was actually pretty good tonight as well. And these are all players who are under 22 years old. So the frustration with the Lions is that there's so much talent, but they're very young. And unfortunately, the older players are probably not doing enough to sort of ease their progression. But it was a fun match to watch. A bit sloppy from both sides. I don't think it was the greatest game of rugby. But I saw a lot of heart out there, and that's kind of what I want to see from a Lions side, which I know is not going to compete. We just need to... I just give me something to celebrate. And Ruan Venter sitting down, Reece Ruddock, scoring a try like that, those are moments that I can take away and say, yeah, I actually enjoyed that game. But yeah, so people have a storming weekend. I'm going to have a storming weekend. As I said, unfortunately, we will not be live tomorrow night because I am going to be having a braai and getting my drink on tomorrow. So have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the Six Nations. Enjoy the other URC games. We obviously got Benetton taking on Sharks and Connacht versus Stormers, which should be a great game. And then we've got Italy taking on Ireland at the Aviva Stadium on Sunday. Carl will be with you guys for that match. I'll be with you guys back on Monday night for a young catch-up stream. Smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel on the way out. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve, and I'll see you guys all